So today I'm going to talk about how to learn Python for a career in finance. On this channel, we have created a short course on Python for finance. You can check that out. I'm going to be posting that video on the comment section of this particular video, so you can check that out. If someone who is interested in a career in finance and you want to learn Python, because Python is the most popular language nowadays in the field of finance, in any area of finance, not just in banking or finance, banking or insurance, but also in trading and investment, and in the fintech areas. You see wider uses of Python compared to other languages, especially for data analysis purposes. So that's a language which is of interest to many students and working professionals, and therefore, I'm making this video as to what are the things to keep in mind if you want to learn Python, especially to work in the field of finance. If you want to learn Python to work in other areas, in e-commerce or in oil and gas, manufacturing, automotive sector, this is not a video for you, right? If you're genuinely interested to work in the field of finance, what are the things to keep in mind if you want to learn Python, right? Now, if you're learning to become a software engineer, then that's a totally different track, because Python is a general purpose programming language. It's used for software development. It's also used for scientific computing, mathematical modeling, data analysis, and so on. Right? If you're learning it to become a software engineer, then that's a totally a uh, different thing, right? You're not going to learn anything in this video about that, right? And that's a common mistake people make. A lot of students, what they do is that they do courses on Python for software development, even though they really want to work in finance as a data analyst or data scientist or as a quant or risk modeler, right? So it's not therefore an ideal to do a course on Python for software development if you want to work in the data analysis side, right? If you want to work as a quant or as a risk modeler in the field of finance. It's very important to know that you only learn the concepts which are related to data analysis or scientific computing or mathematical modeling, right? Understanding of the important libraries like how to import data to Python environment and do analysis. The simple libraries, the common one like Pandas and the NumPy, visualization libraries such as Matplotlib and Seaborn, modeling libraries is stats model and scikit-learn and all these the modeling packages. It's important to know this stuff instead of directly going into object oriented programming and all those things. There's nothing wrong in learning object oriented programming. In fact, you must learn object oriented programming even though you want to work in data analysis, because nowadays, if you really want to productionalize your models, it's important to also know a bit of how to write production level code using object oriented programming concepts. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that should not uh, be the first topic that you should be learning. The first topics that should be most related to the mathematical modeling side and not related to the IT software development side, right? So if you're an absolute beginner, I highly suggest to write functions and procedures using Python for the different mathematical formula that you have learned in your school or in colleges or university. Okay, so you must have studied about distance between 2 points, right? Write a function that will calculate the distance between 2 points, right? Write a function about Fibonacci series, or how to calculate the value of a pi, right? Write a function that does calculation for factorial function, right? These are mathematical stuff, right? These are simple stuff, but you can also extend that to, let's say, doing numerical computation. If you have done engineering or scientific studies, probably have done numerical computation, right? Just write Python functions for that. right? So learn mathematical stuff like matrix operation, right? All the matrix operations you can do using Python as well. So learn those stuff, and after doing that, learn about how to import data from different sources, whether it's Excel or with SQL databases or from other places to the Python environment, and then do analysis, right? Learn the important libraries needed for that and play around with that. It's good to learn always through projects. Um, in the data analysis side, you have like so many projects available free of cost online. You can just take one of them, run the code, see for yourself the results. That's the best way to learn. But before even you go into data analysis, I think it's good to first learn how to write Python code for mathematical operations, right? It's not just about addition subtraction, but it's beyond that, right? For example, writing a function that calculates distance between data points in a two-dimensional space, in a three-dimensional space, and distance between, let's say, a curve and a line, and how do you calculate that? So all that what you have learned in upper high school or in college can be coded. So make sure that you do some of these projects before even going to data analysis, right? How important it is to learn the the IT aspect or the software development aspect of it is absolutely important, no doubt about it. It's just that shouldn't be the first thing you should learn, right? A lot of people coming from non-engineering background, non-tech background, find it bit challenging to learn object-oriented programming concepts right away. It's not that easy. When I remember when I started programming, I started with C. Later on, I learned Java and .NET. I mean, we didn't have time to really learn. I mean, we were supposed to be working in a project in about 3 months' time. So within 3 months, we had to learn all the programming concept. It was quite a bit of a challenge for me, despite me coming from a scientific background. But the people who come from economics and non-scientific background, for you guys, it might be even bigger challenge if you go into the software development side right away. So it's good to focus on bit of the mathematical side, and the mathematical side is more important if you want to work as a quant or as a data scientist later on in the field of finance compared to your skills in software development. So making that distinction is therefore very important, and keep that in mind when you learn Python, right? There are actually many good videos on YouTube, Python for scientific computing. If you just search Python for scientific computing, you can find many videos. Watch those videos. Also, you can search like Python for data analysis. You can find many videos on YouTube. Okay, if you do this too, I think that would is more than enough for an absolute beginner. And later on, you can learn about Python for software development, which will be an addition to what you have already learned. Right. So these are some of the things to keep in mind. Do not make the mistake of learning Python for software development if you really want to work in the quantitative finance area, risk modeling area. Right? If you're already a software engineer, if you have done coding a lot, then that's not a problem at all. You can learn Python for software development, even though you may be interested in the field of finance. But if you are not coming from a coding background, then you must keep this in mind. But if you want to work in quant development, I think make sure that you all, in fact, as a quant developer, somebody who is going to be implementing the models, maintaining the infrastructure for quantitative modeling, for those people, coding is actually more important than anything else. So you must therefore be an amazing software engineer. Okay, so I'm not talking about those people. I mean, those people must learn uh, Python for software development. That's their core skill. But if we're going to be working as a data analyst or as a modeler, your skills in scientific computing will be valued more compared to your skills in software development. So keep that in mind when you uh, learn Python. And by the way, if you want to learn any other language, mathematical programming language such as MATLAB or R, SAS, C++, you also have to keep exactly the same thing in mind. But Python being the more popular one, I think nowadays more and more people are interested in Python compared to other programming languages for data analysis in the field of finance. So yeah, any further questions? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you.